Tim's alright.
Oh, yeah!
Alright, our coach destroys with Warnie.
Coach of the Warn Dogs.
Calvin.
Yeah, nice shirt.
I got my Archie top on tonight.
That's one of the base shirts, isn't it?
It's one of those
The
ones.
Dina Pasadena.
Beautiful.
Tonight we live, it says.
Forever.
Yeah.
Well,
What's
someone's
up,
taking
you?
it back.
How you travelling?
Well, I'm alright. I thought you guys have been that emo that the show's been really boring lately, so I'm confident enough in myself and my team that I can take this on the chin this week. I can embrace it, and we
Usually-
can just go forward in a
usually-
pleasant manner.
When you're wearing a green vest, you're like the Hulk. You're angry and bigger than normal and just overly aggressive.
Well, I'm feeling pretty good about things, so I'm alright.
Destroy, you had a pretty good round, mate.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
alright.
good score.
Oh no, it wasn't good actually. I was below par and I dropped 100 spots in the ranking, so it wasn't overly good. But you know, I'll take it.
Good.
Well, you carried a donut though.
I did carry an unexpected donut. Bo Waters, Daly didn't get a game, so
Yeah.
that was probably what cost me that ranking. But hey, like I said, I can take it on the chin. I'm all good. Yeah.
All right, let's go to Calvin. How did you go, mate?
Yeah, marginally just got over top of Destroy, but I think I climbed a little bit in ranking.
You did. You're back inside the top 2,000.
Yeah, so I snuck back in. But yeah, carried a donut. What are you agreeing about?
Well, I just remembered I've got a different part of you guys.
Oh.
What?
So you got smashed by the par.
Yeah, my part.
I beg your pardon.
And the Warn Dogs will go to my team, and yet I scored the most out of all of us. Not surprising. In form at the moment.
You didn't have a donut though.
We did
How much did you bonus for?
a little bit. 20 odd votes or so.
20.
100 for Roy.
No, you
That's
lucky old donut. You lucky old one.
Anyway, alright, so that's where we're sitting. Let's get ourselves into awarding the Golden Star.
I certainly do know who won the Golden Stubby. You wouldn't know who won the Golden Stubby. It's Dane Zorko.
Oh, he got one! He's got two!
He's multiple
He's
score
looking pretty good.
Yeah, Zorko is just an amazing player at the moment, and he's created the issue of, right, our forward line's set now with him as a 7.
They are.
Well, they certainly are. I went early and tried to finish my forward line early, so if I have full strength, so when Buddy eventually comes back, Martin will be sitting on my pine for Zorko.
She's real laughing, aren't
It has to happen, doesn't it?
And it's a good position to be in at the moment, especially like with Buddy sitting there, and you're probably going to have someone out in your forward line once every couple of weeks. Just
definitely.
And so,
Will you be the same as me? With Martin sitting on our bench, he actually covers, so if he's sitting on your mid bench, doesn't matter, he actually covers 11 players.
Yeah,
So,
it's very handy.
It's huge.
Now, with Zorko, a lot of people during the week were saying, is he eligible for the Rising Star?
Is he right?
No, he's actually a little bit too old for it, but Brisbane Lions tweeted out there, he may be a bit, he may be ineligible for that, but is he eligible for the overall Golden Stubby?
he can. And do you know what else he is? Now, I've actually spoken to you guys about this. We had a bit of a sad week this week with Chook.
Oh,
Able to do this for the rest of the year, so a little bit of sad times at DT Talk, but the rookie supply is probably pretty much dried up anyway. That was half the problem.
He's never received so many tweets, but the good news is he's not dead.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
it's not.
It's
It
not sad.
reminds me of when you went to the States for a little while.
Yeah.
We should have done a tribute.
We could have. However, I do have an idea for a tribute.
Oh, yeah.
I reckon we need a little Chook trophy
Oh,
for
yeah.
the best rookie of the year.
That wasn't your idea.
No,
That was
Spacky's
Sam's
idea.
idea. Spack said that.
But he had a stupid name for it.
Yeah, it was. And I told him to work on the name. Now, we'll come up with some... Well, Joycey will name it.
And I'll get some spray paint.
And we'll lose that again, like we do the Golden Stubby 3 times a year.
Do you know what?
What?
There is that many rookies included this week. I doubt he'll be able to keep his little beak closed. He will pop up sometime soon. He will come out of retirement.
Yep.
He'll be put back on the senior list.
Yep.
He's
He'll
a
find
top
something
couch of chickens.
He will.
Anyway, so that was he's our winner, Zorko.
Yeah.
And he's a
hands
fair
down.
chance.
Hands down.
He's a fair chance to win that Chook Award, whatever that'll be, the Rookie Award,
Yeah.
and could be a chance to actually win the Golden Stubby for the year when we put a poll up for that at the end of the season. Interesting. All right, time for some teams.
I got the Roos Roosters versus the Blues. Obviously, my Blue boys on Friday night in a big one. Gibson's named last on the bench for the Kangaroos. He has been there before, but it's definitely where is it? There it is. It's definitely a concern for Gibbo. Goldie. Now, a few people were saying Goldstein was bad last week because he copped that big knock. I'll give you the hot tip. I'm an owner, and his scoring was already shit before I got that knock, and it just carried on as it had all game. He got owned by Nick Nat and Coxie. But that game, that knock, that could have kept him out this week, but it hasn't. So that's good news.
Tick.
For the Blues, Murph is back. Your mate.
Your boy. He's not my mate.
No, he's not.
We have parted ways. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, acquaintances at best. Simo's out. Got a little visitor here. Simo's out with his broken jaw.
Yeah.
That was nasty by Wellingham.
Very nasty.
Soft.
That's what someone, read Robert Murphy's column today. He said that someone sitting next to him in the crowd said, "Get up, Murphy. Get up, Simo. Soft."
Yeah, that's not cool. Now, Simo, he does get a little bit too much credit from the commentators for being courageous.
He's not.
Because he's not. But, I mean, come on. This was courageous. He wanted to come back on with his broken jaw. That's good on you, Simo. Wellingham, head shake. D's versus Dockers. Tom Couch.
Well, that's why we're here.
We are. We're on the couch.
The Tom Couch.
Now, if you are one of these people that have had him on your
do people still have him sitting there?
Yes, and bless their little hearts, I hope he goes really well for you. But, word of warning, he's probably going to be wearing the vest.
Short thing, what would you be paying on Sporty Bet to have the vest destroyed?
In $1.30.
Yeah, good.
Now, Calvin, you've tipped the Demons in this game.
They're going to win.
They are.
Yeah, you're back in the couch if you came on early.
I'm a Demon tipper.
You are.
I've got him up a couple of times this year.
Is this my segment?
Sorry.
I think it is. Now, out for the D's, this is pretty big. If you've got a couple of these guys, it's iffy, but Maloney has been a scorer at times. Hopefully you don't have him. Watts. Few people got him in.
Taking Tiddits, right?
Half back.
Did he? I think
Watts
he does.
getting a lot of uncontested ball and scoring well. Everyone's had him at some stage, the magnet.
Or still hasn't.
The magnet at the moment is like putting two magnets together. He doesn't get near it.
Not good.
No, he's not a magnet at the moment.
I like the
and
analogy.
he's out. Do you? Thanks. I just thought of that on the spot.
Science.
For the Dockers, Walters, out of nowhere. He's back.
Hasn't played since 2010 or
No, something like that. And Lower is out. Power versus Essendon.
Come on, Bombers.
This is good news. Redden. I like having that security on the bench and the rucks. Redden is back.
Not that we need him, but it's just nice.
It's just nice.
It'd be nice for him to. He's got a chance to go and play.
Yeah.
Hopefully, a chance to play well. And if he does, then he can be there for when we might.
Well, exactly right. I was thinking this week, on that off chance Goldstein was out, I was thinking, I wonder if one of those blokes can come back. And lucky.
Good work.
For the Dons, Gumbleton. Last year it was big news.
It's been big news for about 5 years, I think.
Yeah. Delilio's back in. Mark Bagley, the mature age, dual position,
Defender
85 grand, defender mid. He's back in. Last year in the VFL, he averaged 22 touches a game. He's been doing probably a little bit better than that this year. Because he has been ripping it up. Anyway, the big dog's in, so definitely someone to keep your eye on.
Cool. Richmond versus Gold Coast. Nothing really relevant for the Tigers except Daniel Jackson, of course, is still out. He's still out, and therefore Gary Ablett will not get a tag.
Handy.
That is massive. We'll talk about it later, but the Pirate may even redo his top 5 tomorrow.
What?
I'm allowed to do that. Well, I'm not. He may be.
Yeah.
So, because things change. And I'll talk about a couple of changes coming up.
Things change, Mike.
Things change. Now, for the Suns, Swallow is back in. Hall times 2 is back in. 2 Halls. Aaron Hall, that everyone's sort of floated through, and he's been on their bench.
It's been a bit frustrating for people.
Very frustrating. But check out this dude, Josh Hall. 85k ruckman.
Yep.
He's a rucker, right? He's a high jumper. 2008 National Junior Champion. Mm-hmm. He jumps 2.26 metres. That was his best. He did that in 2011.
Right.
Now, you remember back, us old blokes, Tim Forsyth.
Yeah.
Bronze medalist, or silver medalist, I think it was bronze, at Barcelona, jumped only 10 centimetres higher.
Wow,
Now, that's a fair bit in high jumping terms. Look at the weight jumps.
Anyway,
that's enough to make it a good rap.
But the dude can spring. He can spring, and so he's actually ranked number 2 in the Southern Hemisphere for high jump.
Wow,
Man, I've been Googling stuff out this afternoon.
no, that's good. God, I hope he can grab a footy.
Yeah, what I'm saying.
If he can.
Other news for the
It's one of those
Suns.
three
What about it?
the apple.
The other news for the Suns is Horsley. If you have him, will not play. He's out. In my second game, Brisbane versus Kilda, Hanley. The guy that people are starting to talk about as far as Bo Waters is concerned, we'll talk about it later, is named on a wing. He is very juicy. We'll come up to that later. Also in for Brisbane, Simon Black comes back. A few other guys as well. Plus, our boy. Yo!
It must be really in. It's not because it's not extended bench.
He's in.
Wow. No, he might not be.
Oh, you bastard.
No.
Oh, did you do
No.
No.
And there's heaps of other guys out for Brisbane, but no one has it, so it doesn't matter. The other thing for St Kilda is, of course, Stevens is out because he had a beer and he rocked up to training. That was
Point out the next morning.
It was crazy. The next morning, I'd hate to think what we would blow sometimes on a Sunday morning, but
Speak for yourself, mate.
yeah, well, mate,
You're a responsible pirate.
too many rums on a ship, right? But the big news there is fresh meat. Dunnell, a 99k midfielder. He was the first pick by St Kilda in the rookie draft of last year.
Right.
So 99k, vested Roy, chance.
He's definitely up there as probably $1.35.
Yep, I reckon you've got a pretty easy job this week with your best calls with all these fresh meters.
Doesn't matter if it's easy or hard, I'm still usually hitting about 90%.
That my boy. Last game I got here, the big one on Saturday night, Geelong versus Collingwood. Stevie J and a whole bunch of other guys returned that aren't really significant, except for 2 more fresh meters.
What?
Yep, unbelievable. Sheringham is an 85k midfielder. He's 23 years old. Played VFL last year.
Right.
Bit of a mature age fresh meter. We like them.
We do.
The other guy is a guy called Josh Walker. Not the guy that we know, Sammy Walker's brother.
He'd be no good.
Not him, he's terrible. He's 104k forward, 19 years old, played VFL as well. So, the other big news there.
The Marines got a bit of work.
You've got to toss a coin, mate. The other one is Bartel. Of course, he's out, plus a whole bunch of other Geelong guys as well. As for Collingwood,
Don't say it.
I won't say it. Brown and Tarrant also return, and the outs for Collingwood is Wellingham, Payne, and Williams, the guy who did his shoulder, 85k guy. A lot of people jumped on him. Marley is out, and he's out for the season. So if you had him, the dog, what have you got for us?
Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who would have thought they'd lead ya? Who would have thought they'd lead ya? Yeah, where we need ya. Yeah, where we need ya. We tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Of course, that is the Big Eagles is back, and
Great
in about 7-8 minutes' time, once we finish with teams, we'll be calling the Collingwood captain, Nick Maxwell, to find out how Pendles is going, and of course, that little niggling injury of Swan.
I saw him limping at the end there.
I'm a little worried, Mr. Roy.
I was ready to celebrate, but after seeing that,
Looked a little bit more like Swanee.
Didn't
it
it?
did. What
Limping off the track, and well, Dog, you got last 3 teams, and then we'll give Max a call.
Last 3 teams, here we go. Man, I've got a lot to say, so
You got about 5 minutes to do it.
I'm sorry. All right. First game, we've got GWS and Adelaide. This one here, there's a whole lot of changes for that. Big ones there, relevant ones. Bug is out, and a lot of people would have him. He's played pretty much every game. like Timmy Moore's out. McDonald's another one that's rested that could be hurting people there.
Will affect captain decisions tomorrow because Scotty Thompson might run free.
Well, they're probably the main ones there. We've got Darley, so that's going to help a lot there.
Should have been there last week.
Especially those people needing the cover for either Goddard or if you're holding on to Waters. That will be very, very important for a lot. Brogan is also in, so there for Giles, a bit of stuff to think about. Then we've got Clifton. He's coming in for his first game. He's 121,000 mid. He averaged 72 points over the Dad's Cup. So that's a pretty decent numbers for that. Someone to think about later on for a downgrade. And Alis is a defender mid, so another defender mid there, for $104,000. For Adelaide, Luke Brown is another defender mid.
Start of the year.
Yeah, he 98k he is, so a little bit cheaper there. But, so we've got another one. So we're just getting all these rookies coming through. The other ones there that's probably of note is that McIntyre, he has kept his spot after making his debut last week. So that is in that game. All right, the middle Sunday game, and this is the Bulldogs and the Hawks. Big ones there. Gravy. Hargrave's back for you, Rory.
He's now Carazzo.
I
spat it.
I had to. I would have taken 2 donuts last week. I went into that player.
Right, okay, so Hargrave's back in for those people that are holding in.
Can I just take a moment?
Yes, do it, because I'll
Thanks for our time together, as annoying as it has been over the last few years. But I can categorically say you will never, ever be a consideration. I don't care if you come in at 85,000 next year.
He won't be playing next year.
Oh, well, that's good.
I hope he's not ever going to play again. Can I say that?
No,
that's not
seriously.
nice. Another affecting injury there, or injury.
Who's that?
Soreness. Soreness for Campbell. So Tom Campbell, which a lot of people have got in. Sure, hopefully you don't need him this week, but there has been a little bit of carnage there along the way. Boyd, he plays 200, so does that help him as captain? We'll hear about that later, I'm sure. We might, or not.
Hey, you just mentioned carnage there. That's one I didn't mention. Paddy Ryder's out for Essendon.
Was that out? Did they name him out?
Oh, I didn't.
I don't think they named him out. However, they're giving him till tomorrow.
I didn't write.
Apparently,
I reckon 4 weeks.
It's sounding like a 4 to 6 weeks. So they're going to be fixed. Hopefully, they do make the call before lockout, but it all sounds like he's out.
Sorry about that. It was just, I didn't know why.
You're right. You can't be perfect at everything.
Now, for the Hawks, they have, this is the other big piece of carnage that we've had, is that they should have played Buddy last week. They did. He was subbed off, and that's because he had some bleeding on his hamstring. So that means that...
I'm pretty sure blood pumps during the hamstring anyway.
Yeah. Interesting. Anyway, he's out apparently for 3 weeks. He said on the couch the other night, saying that, on this one, he said it 2 weeks, he reckons. Of course, Buddy reckons that.
Good on you, Buddy.
Buddy can't count real high.
Albert Lord actually tweeted a theory out the other day.
What was that?
Player says 2, doctor says 4, 6 weeks.
But you add it up,
I don't.
Albert Lord does.
Yeah. He
said,
he calls it the pendulum.
Here's another ruck for us debuting, possibly if he's selected because he's extended benches. Luke Loudon, he is a ruck, $104,000, one to think about there. And finally, into the last game here, this is over at Patterson's Playground and West Coast. McInnes is an in for them on the extended bench, but he's a $98,000 forward. Lynch and Shuey, they're out, suspended for 1 week for Lynch and 2 weeks for Shuey. Hugh has done a hamstring. Kobe Stevens, Murray Newman, both on the extended bench. They are the guys that are like the rookie guys that could be a potential infield. For Sydney, finally there, only one thing that we're talking about is Tommy Walsh is back onto an extended bench. Some people could be considering him. And the other name is that obviously Goodsey is still there and he is in a lot of people's calculation this week.
He's a bargain at the moment.
He is. Interesting. All right. Let's get into... What are we going to do
now?
Let's
bring Maximus.
Maximus right here.
Sounds good. Do it.
Right, hook him up.
Cool.
Call it, just so we have on speed dial, just the Collingwood captain, get all the ins and outs.
Yep.
On how things are.
Maxie, how are you, mate? Yeah, really good. Just letting you know, we're going live at the moment, so don't pay out on anyone too bad. Don't get a fine. Yeah, good stuff. Now, Maxie, your personal form, DT-wise, has been awesome at the moment.
Now, Maxie, you've had 75, 89 and a 73 in the last 5 weeks. What do you put that down to? And should we get you into our teams, mate?
Definitely no. We know there's a lot better options out there. But, I don't know, what he's doing is probably just the ball went down our end a little bit more early. Probably 6-8 weeks ago, we won a few more games by a bit more margin-wise. Obviously, we lost on the weekend and got a few close games, so the ball went down my end a little bit more. So a few more opportunities, but I think there's definitely some better options out there.
Yeah, now, Maxie, you are a massive Dream Team fan. You've got a pretty good team going on at the moment, and Roy tells me that you knocked him off in the multi-buy rounds, and he's not really happy about that still.
It had to be the multi-buy round. I wouldn't have been able to get him in a normal round, but...
You know it.
Yeah, I was a good team, and we're going along okay. All the ones that are involved here, I'm sort of creeping into the top 4 or in the top 4, so going well, but I'm not obviously going for overall because no chance of finishing right up there, but technically I'm starting to hold on to a few trades and played a couple less in the last few weeks just to try and make sure I get through.
Now, mate, you know I've been having issues with Pendles. What's the go? Is he going to play or not?
He'll definitely play this week, 100%. Even the last 2 weeks, we sort of, I'll probably be speaking to the wrong person because I rate him every week and I speak to Pendles and he goes, yeah, I'm playing. He goes out and trains the house down, trains further than anyone out there. And all of a sudden the doctor goes, nah, you're not playing.
Yeah.
So this week, 100%, I even went and spoke to the doctor. And the doctor said, playing this week, so I need to make sure I cross-reference. Personally, I haven't got him anymore. I've got rid of him when he was first injured because I didn't exactly know how many weeks he was going to have, and I needed to win a few games there, so I'll have to look at trying to bring him back in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, good stuff, mate. I think his break-even's about 180, so he'll be cheap soon.
Yeah, he's still, I think he had 90 or something in the game that he actually injured himself. He only played half a game, so just shows the quality of the bloke, and obviously for us, showed money going out through the week. There's another guy we need to step up in Pendle, so hopefully he can have a good few weeks and roll in a final for us.
Yeah. Now, Maxie, old mate Marty Clark, our little Orange boy, he's been on a lot of our defender benches or maybe on the ground for us. I've actually got him there on my bench at the moment now. He got dropped. He was a late inclusion last week. How's he looking, do you think, for the rest of the season?
Yeah, he's looking pretty good, Marty. We were impressed with the way he went back to VFL level, and for all you guys, I think he had about 130 points in the VFL. But more importantly for us, he just went back there and led and was a real leader, miss-wise and actually structure-wise, teaching guys how to play. So that just showed that his maturity-wise is really coming on. And he had a few tough weeks before that where he didn't play his best. But last week he wasn't his best either, but he'd also come off a 5-day break last week. He played on the Sunday and then went into a Friday night game. So
nice.
I reckon he's a bit heavy through the legs and that took a bit out of him. So hopefully this week we're going to see him back to his best and hopefully a score in the 80s or 90s.
Excellent.
Maxie knows his stuff, doesn't he?
He does.
He does it. Maxie, got another one for you, mate. What about Swanee? We hear on the Twitter rumours that he left the training paddock the other day a little sore, didn't complete the full session. Is he fully fit at the moment? Is he going to play? And can we make him captain?
Well, anyone who knows Swanee would know that he'll be doing anything he possibly can to get out of any training session anyway. He's not a big fan of the training, Swanee, but I saw him doing some sprints in the altitude room going pretty hard, so I think that Swanee will be fine, but quite often we modify our blokes and a lot of guys have time off and don't do every training session, so myself and he's short, he can train on Monday, Darren Jolly can train Monday, so we sort of change around a bit and the conditioning staff make sure that everyone sort of has a rest every now and then, so as far as I know, there's nothing wrong with him, and we all know what he's like as a ball maker, so I've tended to stay away from my teammates as captains because I had a bit of a curse there probably the end of last year where I went with Swanee and Pendles and these guys and they just give me absolutely nothing when I made them captain, so I decided I'm never going to do it again myself.
Thanks.
All right, Maxie. Thanks heaps for your time, mate. We appreciate it.
No worries at all, boys. All the best for you.
Okay, cheers, mate.
Thanks, Maxie.
Well, there you go. Honestly, that is the first time I have felt really good about Pendles coming back in. I read it and I just went, yeah.
Now, did the Swanee stuff there, did that sell you?
No.
And I have a concern about that now.
I do too.
I was always.
I still believe Maxi. Still believe Maxi.
Oh, so do I.
And like as you said, he didn't train, he sure didn't train. Of course, they're going to rest their players. Swanee hates training. He's the pig.
He was done grazing.
Yeah, he went in there. But his record against Geelong is terrible. And
Yeah.
we'll talk about that later. And we need a big decision, mate, because by tomorrow, I need to probably redo my top 5.
Wow.
Have a big look at it.
Well, I would definitely be questioning Swan after that phone call.
Yep. Why?
Oh,
What
I
part
don't
in
know.
your life?
Well, did you hear how convincing he was about Pendlebury?
Yeah.
He was like 100%
He did?
say he's playing, he's good to go. Swanee, yeah, you know, Swanee's
You know what
a
he's
baller,
like,
He
yeah.
doesn't like training.
But that's what Swanee's like.
You're good at reading into that sort of stuff, aren't you?
I think I
You
am.
know. But he did trade out Pendles.
He did trade out.
That's amazing.
It is.
He knew something we did not.
Well, 2 to 8 weeks, he really did the smart thing.
He did.
Agree.
He did. Captain Hindsight will say that that's the right thing to
That's
do.
the
All
right
right,
thing to do.
it's time for something special.
You hearties! Radio! Okay, let's get back to Swan.
Oh, it's just
Right.
out of character.
No, well, I have to because now I'm worried.
You
I went in number one.
You look at your paper, you're shaking. All those hours of research.
I went Swanee number 1 because of several different reasons, right? He hasn't had, this is the first area of concern, he hasn't had 100 against Geelong in his last 3.
Yeah.
Now, 2 of those is because of Cameron. The last one, he had 95. But sat out the 4th quarter. He left it where he scored 5 points in the 4th quarter. He had 90 at 3/4 time, on track for 120.
Yeah.
And he comes off
Yeah.
with that hammy tweak. Okay? Pies only won that game by 11. So, however, okay, look at that, take it for what it is. Taylor Hunt. Taylor who? Taylor Hunt. Did all right on Abbott last week, though. Give the kid a little bit of credit. It's his form, though, that's awesome for Swan. A lot of people go, 105 last week, that's not enough. No, I need more than that. Don't forget, 172, 132, 142 before that.
I don't forget that. That's why I was happy
Yep.
keeping him there until that phone conversation.
Yep, and we said last week, we were not convinced that Swanee would be the highest scorer. He's going to be solid, and he was exactly that.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of people go, Calvin, he didn't have Ablett in the top 5. Ablett only just scored that as well. And possibly, if he didn't have 50 in the last quarter,
Exactly.
he would have had heaps of that.
Yeah.
So, let's talk about Ablett.
All
Let's talk about Ablett.
Up at
He was-
Kazale.
Yep, up at Kazale, he had 101 last time he played Richmond there, right? He was tagged by Jackson that day, and the week before he had that niggling knee injury.
Oh,
Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that? Now, this time, Jackson's not playing. Richmond do not have a legit tagger that is going to go and sit on Ablett.
Right.
Wow.
It's huge. Big
He
concern.
is back into contention.
He was ranked number 4 on my list. I'm going to have to redo it tomorrow. Another reason I'm going to have to redo it is Thompson. Scotty Thompson did not make my top 5. He scored, well, he's never played the Giants, of course, but he averages 140 on the Suns. So another new team that comes in averages 140 on him, and he's been smashing it. And last week, Hawks scored 1100s against the Giants.
Okay.
We don't think Scotty Thompson's going to be in that 11?
No,
And
and,
especially without McDonald.
No, McDonald.
and do you know what?
All bust as
I
well.
think the Hawks are going to have started a new trend now.
Yep, you did.
Everyone's been happy just to float along, rest a few players, not go that hard really against GWS. Hawks now have
because
said, look at our percentage.
we can do what we
Match
want.
it.
Look what we have done. Look at the percentage. When that comes down to it at the end of the day,
Well, here's something
It's
I
gonna
looked
be
at
vital.
today. I think the top 7 teams, or maybe it's top 6, are separated by 4 points.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got like whoever's sitting on top, and Bombers in 6, 4 points behind the top 10.
so your
Top
confirming
4,
percentage is vital.
yeah.
Percentage is worth it.
To get top 4,
Percentage
to get
is worth it.
even the top 8.
Right, let's get talking. Let's not overlook Matthew Boyd. 133 last
And he's
week.
200.
132 the week before. Plays his 200th at his favourite ground.
Mm-hmm.
So many things. Then look what he did to Hawthorn in the past. 108, 119 last year.
Right.
121, 154, 128. Averages 116 in his last 3 against them.
Wow.
He is also another great kick.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to get back to my old pirate drawing board tomorrow.
Is that under the roof?
It's under this one is
Yeah.
against the Hawks. But then again, you've got the Hawks who are dominating.
Yeah.
Is there going to be enough
That's
ball?
awesome.
Well, there will be enough ball because he's nothing but ball because he's so good. But it's a huge rejig of all this stuff I need to do, and I will tweet out my top 5 again tomorrow. Don't write off Dean Cox either.
So
127.
So
127 last time he played against Mumford.
Right.
And they go head to head. People go, oh, Cox plays forward a lot. Cox still had 24 hit-outs last week. 15 marks in his 148.
15 marks.
That's massive, and he had 120 the week before.
That's awesome.
People go, oh, Calvin, you only got on him because he scored 148. Well, he had, as I said, 127 on Mumford last time they played, and he's doing it against Patterson.
and when you look at this, look how good he looks against Mummy.
I know.
He looks like he's going to beat him.
And look at the fire in the background. That's some of the best my paint shop pro stuff I can do.
Yeah.
Have you flashed up my top 5 yet, Tom?
I have.
Do it
I'll
again.
put it up again.
Look at that.
Talk
I drew
us
that picture of Swanee in
Yeah.
paint shop.
It's a
Honestly, what did you do with that?
What would you like to know?
I know. I was amazed when I read that.
It's a type of thing you can do on my computer where you turn a picture into it's complicated, dog. You can understand. End of the day, my top 5, right as it stands now, would not be the top 5 that I would pick today.
Well, so let's forget about what you just saw there, and make sure you follow @CalvinDT on Twitter.
I mean,
And you tweet that out. We had an update with Calvin's captains, probably in the comments or something.
what the article?
Yeah, like in the
Hell
comments.
no, it's Friday afternoon. We've got better things to do. I will tweet it out. Send me your ridiculous questions. I love answering them. Not the abusive ones. Why am I gay all of a sudden?
Well,
I remember
that shirt.
I've said gay pirate a few times. Shit, that probably gives it away, doesn't it?
It does.
Anyway, I'm not convinced with this. It will be redone. Oh, but that's the other thing.
Oh,
You put Swanee number 1.
yeah.
Oh no, well let's change that to Ablett. And then guess what happens? Swanee has 180 and we all look stupid.
I don't. You do.
Arr. What's the next one, though?
We're going to talk about some of the big issues.
Can I keep
And
my hat on?
You can, because they could come in captain calculations.
Aye.
Well, you've got him in your team. That's the important part. Is that we've all got Buddy Franklin. He is out for 3 weeks. General consensus
No, man.
at the moment, well, you think it's going to, well, our board thinks it's going to be 6 weeks. What do we think? 3 weeks, about right?
I think 4 weeks.
3 to 4.
Yeah. So, does that mean you're holding or trading?
I am definitely in 2 minds at the moment. I've got cover there. It is far from good cover.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to be trading.
Really?
Yeah.
You're going to trade
Interesting.
Bo.
Oh, sorry, we're talking about...
Not trading Buddy.
Okay, so we've also got Bo Waters at the moment. That's another one that we're talking about. What about you with Buddy? You're keeping?
Buddy got to keep, because next week I will have the luxury of Dustin Martin replacing him. So, for me, it's a no-brainer.
And you've got cover this week anyway.
I'm assuming I do.
Yeah, I think you do.
Elliot and Dicko player.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. Elliot, got something a little concerned for you about that.
You reckon I go Dicko?
You might have to.
I like Dicko.
Yeah, he's good for a 70-80 anyway.
yeah, it's good. You can
It's
pick him
good.
over him anyway. All right, so the other one there, as Roy alluded to, because he's going to trade him, as you heard here first, is that Bo Waters is out of your team. That's because he's been named up as 3 to 5 weeks. Bit of well, Calvin, you're the man.
Yeah,
He's had a bit of knee surgery. The arthroscope he's had done. So, Calvin, you've had that done numerous times.
Correct. Now, I've known people who had arthroscopes and actually kicked the football the next day.
Right.
No shit.
Not you, though.
No, I can't kick a football.
Exactly right.
I've had arthroscopes where I'm walking comfortably within 3 days. I'm crutches made for a couple. And then within 2 weeks, straight line running.
Yeah.
Now, there's no, you get an arthroscope, it's just a snip. There's nothing structurally wrong. So you can run and play whenever you can as long as you can put up with the pain. He's a tough bugger.
Yeah.
He will be 4 weeks. He will play in 4 weeks' time.
Yeah. Now, and that's what I was talking about before. I thought you were talking about it because I've done a bit of research on this topic. That's who I thought you were starting with. Buddy, back to Buddy. Buddy will definitely only be 3 weeks.
Right.
That's only.
We're not doctors either, right?
We know
You're
it's
a
not.
pirate.
You're a fire, a submarine, and a dickhead.
Submarine that directs traffic.
and helps kids cross the road.
Yeah. But yeah, Bo, I think they're going to be very cautious with him as well.
For
Why
sure.
rush it? They did. It wasn't just a arthroscope where they've gone in and had a look. They did a little bit of minor work in there. So you've got to put a week on for that.
Yeah.
Bowen missed 4. That nearly takes us up to finals.
Well, finals is in 4 weeks' time. They've got 4 games until finals.
Right. So if you need to get into the finals,
Yeah.
Bo has to go, doesn't he?
And he could be out that first week of
But
finals.
you look at what the Eagles are going to do. Like, as far as his time goes, the Eagles are going to set him for finals. He only needs to come back 2 to 3 weeks before their finals, so he's ready.
Right, I'm going to have a
I don't know if you realise this. The Eagles really don't care about our Dream Team finals.
What?
Don't they?
Apparently, I was talking to them the other day. They don't care.
They play Geelong at home in the first week of Dream Team finals. He'll come back for that.
He maybe
Do you know what he does to them?
Yeah. Dominates.
Oh, off the top of my head, he's brutal to
Right. Okay, that's an
So let's talk.
That is very
Let's just go around. Dog, what are you going to do with Bo Waters?
Bowie's been traded for me. I'm using it. It's one of those things where the planets can align. I've got
Lucky.
I've
Look at
it.
it. Everything
I've
just
got.
planet aligned.
Oh yeah, awesome! I've been awesome having Giles sit there on the ground. So it means that I can get rid of Giles this week. So I'm going to go down a little bit from Bo. Probably do a Suckers, maybe.
Maybe we're making your team worse doing that, yeah?
Yeah, but then I'm going to go and get McElroy in for.
Get your team worse again. Jesus.
What
Christ. Have you thought this through?
What part of planets aligning here? That usually means good stuff is happening.
Oh, we've lost him. No, good move, dog. Good move.
That's just me, like, just pretending I'm doing that.
Just joking,
Good
it's
move.
good.
Giles has got to go. Dog, Roy, what are you doing?
Well, I've made a bit of a list today.
No, are you going to trade?
Yeah, I'm trading.
And I'm trading. So we're all getting rid of him. So now that comes down to this, what are we going to do?
Right.
Best
well,
options.
I can definitely see what Born Dog's doing. If you're going for a cash grab, there is far worse players you could get than Suckling to do that with.
Yeah, maybe one of these might be better though.
Oh, well, they would be, but they're a little bit more expensive.
These guys are basically straight swaps, aren't they?
Yeah, these
Basically a little
guys.
bit
Well,
extra.
Bo's the second highest price player, isn't he, in the back line?
Yeah, he's about 450. I think Suckers is just under 400.
Yeah, second, but yeah, Bo is the second, just behind Delidio.
Yeah, I reckon.
So yeah, so he's
I
very
think
awesome.
behind Delidio, but
Yeah.
I mean, he's averaging 97. He's gone up 111,000.
Oh, it's been amazing. And people were going, oh, you knew he was going to get injured.
Oh no, last week
Oh,
we were talking about that.
Oh, my
Unfortunately,
God.
we just...
Right, Roy, who are we going to get in as a straight swap
Okay.
for Bosa?
All right, this is my list. Carazzo is number 1. He has been ridiculous since coming back from injury. 118, 110, 114.
And you're still getting him at a good price.
You're getting him at a good price. It's almost an upgrade. Like,
He's
you
going to
could
get
feel like you are really not losing out. You're slightly improving your team, which is rare in a situation like this. If you are willing to take the risk, Pierce Hanley cannot be ignored at the moment. He is in sensational form. He's averaging over 120 in his last 3. The concern with that is, he is capable of a small score. Before he went on that streak, he scored about 40 versus the Hawks.
Yep.
You would be devastated to get him in and that happens.
Got a couple of numbers here for you too, Roy, if you don't mind.
Yeah, don't mind at all.
Just listen to the teams that he's cracked 100 on. Okay, Sydney last week, as you said, 119 would be his best effort. He's cracked 220 plus scores on Melbourne, 118 on Greater Western Sydney, and 102 on the Gold Coast. So he pumps the dud teams. But his highest score was 134 against the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
If you think you're going to make the DT Grand Final, he will play the Bulldogs in that game.
Wow.
Yeah,
So, if you think you're going to play Pierce Hanley in your Grand Final, he plays the team that he's had his highest score on this year, 134. Something to think about. Keep going, right.
Liam Pickham will go to him now. Pickham.
Roy.
Anyway, so Hanley, I've got Hanley in there number 2. High risk, high reward. Definitely.
Yeah.
But he's in sensational form. The safe pick, apart from Carazzo, it has to be Birchall. Birchall's averaging just a tick over 100 for his last 3. He's Mr. Consistent. He's dropped under 80 once this year. And, he's averaging about 7 or 8, I reckon, marks a game. He's having over 25 touches.
Loves
He
the
just
balls.
looks like for a 90 a week minimum.
Yep.
And he'll get you that 100. there is something that really impresses me.
And I like where this is going.
Instant reward. His next 3 games against those 3 opponents, his numbers are
In
ridiculous.
his last match against them, we're talking probably an average of 120 across those 3.
At
That's
least.
massive.
So I'll tell you what, instant reward just by past numbers.
The only concern I have with a guy like Birch, he was rested.
Yeah.
That is a massive
He was rested
concern.
at that.
He played towards Mrs. Grand Final.
Yep, towards
Last year,
finals
yeah.
last year, he was rested in that last game. Now, he did have that knee injury at the start of the year. He's played every game since, so hopefully that counts as his rest.
That was a big surprise to me last year. I didn't realise he was rated
As a rest.
As a rested player,
Yeah.
he's not really.
well. He is, mate. He is sensational across halfback. They like high possession. They like to switch. And when it's in Birch's hands, it's safe.
We had that great interview with him a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And he loves his dream team. He
He does.
knows that he's going to rack up those points by doing that.
That's the thing I like about
And
Birch.
jumps it.
And I hate it because I play against him and I don't have him. But he's on 40 at,
Yeah.
like with a quarter to go, and I stick it to myself. And then look at the end and he's on 95.
Oh,
and I'm like, what the hell?
When I interviewed him a couple of weeks ago, I said, mate, people have been tweeting me at 3/4 time going, what the hell's with Birch? I hate Birch. Next minute, he's
Next
on
minute.
90 something.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, when the game opens up, if I haven't had much of it, I'm not afraid to go and get a bit.
And that's what I like.
Yeah.
That should be the slogan of my dream team. Off you go.
The next thing.
Go get a bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
On the flip side of that, Birch, if he dominates early, he's happy to back off and
Yeah.
He's built for a 90 to 100 score.
And that's safe, and that's a good option. Especially, and I like your instant reward stuff, is that people are doing this trade because they want to make finals, or need to make finals.
Yeah.
And that is how perfect is that, really? Like to be getting a guy like that.
Yeah. It's the planets aligning, not McAvoy style.
McElroy.
Have we mentioned this one?
Oh, no, we haven't. And he was going to be the next on my list.
We need to mention Heath Scotland.
Well, last year you would have said he's...
Right now, when Bo first went down, my first thought was, I'll just swap into Heath Scotland, no worries. So for me, it turns into a Scotland versus Birchall versus Pearce is an issue for me.
Yeah.
Scotland, listen to some of these numbers. A higher score of 124 this year, a lowest of 79. That's the only game he dropped under 80.
79 is his
Everything has been 80 plus. Right? He's averaged 96 in his last 3 without dominating.
Yeah.
He's had 12.
That's coming off an injury, so...
Yeah. He's had 500 pluses this year compared to Birchall's 4.
Right.
Yeah.
And look, he's projected to be pretty solid all the way through. It's a real flip of the coin, and we'll go around in a sec to find out how you will rank Hanley, Birch, and Scotland, and in which order would you pick them?
Right, that is tough.
I've already had a bit of a think about it.
Yeah.
This is my order. It may change, but this is how it sits.
Yeah.
I would go Birch,
Yeah.
Scotland for consistency, Hanley.
I'll ditto that. I think that your Birch...
Weird grounds, aren't
Yeah, I know, it's amazing.
He'll disagree.
This is the wrong answer then.
Right.
Yeah, so, I agree because of that. I'm just a safety player, and that's what Birch is there for.
What do you think?
Captain Mediocre. I agree though. Unfortunately.
Bloody hell, I always like Hanley.
Do you know what? Hanley,
300s in a row.
earlier in the night I would have said, Hanley, you have to just sometimes go, no, look at the numbers. And I'll tell you what they are, 134, 120, 119. If bloody Ablett had been having that, you'd be saying, lock him in his captain, he's in amazing form.
I don't know if you would. Now, have you had a chance to speak to your boy Rocky about Hanley Roy?
He just said he's in amazing form.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just
Nothing's
it's
changed.
normal old Hanley. He's just dominating.
Right, yeah, well, there you go. Your 3 picks. You go Birchall first, you go Scotland second, you go Hanley third. You've heard it, right?
It's a good bronze medal.
And we all agree. I can believe we all agree.
Interesting. Now,
Must be the right answer.
cool. Fantastic. Just on some of these cards and stuff, that's not the end of it. There are a few other things there that people will be thinking about. Paddy Ryder, that's one that will probably require a trade.
Yeah, that's got to be trade.
Unless Regan saved your ass, would you? How many weeks is it?
He's not going to say
What do we
6
reckon?
weeks.
If the
Do
same
we reckon
46
it's
46.
Oh, see you later.
Yeah.
And it's
We'd like some more concrete news on it though. That's the thing. But even the news that we do get on these injuries He's bloody wrong all the time. It's been a shocking year for that.
It has. I'm feeling sorry for people that just got him in too, because he has been playing some really good football. He was an obvious pick, and it's
going to hurt the Bombers a little bit. Port Adelaide tip probably isn't a bad
I told you, Port Adelaide with their Bombers. Bombers ain't any good. Port at home.
Yeah, good money on that too.
Here's a quick tip while we're talking bet.
Yep.
Go on. You mentioned this one too. Bring up Carlton and North Melbourne.
Yeah, Carlton North Melbourne. Now, I said, what do you reckon? Anyway, North will beat Carlton.
I reckon North will beat Carlton. North will beat Carlton.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, until I said to him, do you know the line is 7.5 points? So pretty close.
7 points.
7 points is the line. So you get Carlton at $2 then at that.
What?
Yeah. Carlton at $2. So I put a fitty on that.
Oh, really?
That's simple.
Speaking of good bets, Jared Ruffy last week, nice goals. Cha-ching. Hey, I'll tell you what, he's
somebody
awesome pick up at the moment.
Ruffy.
Do you see what he did when Buddy was off? He's already been good, but when Buddy was off the ground, wow, he was sensational.
He went
yes, it was against GWS, but he was in bigger, stronger way, wasn't he? He's,
Dog, we'll get my phone ready. It must be what?
Time for... no, let's not do some tweets. Let's go straight into an Archie competition.
Oh, I like it.
Excellent. All right, time to try to win yourself a $60 voucher. Thanks to Archie and Meathead. You must send us a tweet that has @Archie Clothing, @Meathead_shop, and @DT Talk so that we actually get it and see it. And you've got to answer a question. Cool,
and the question is...
I've got the tweets.
According to our website as it stands right now, who is the 5th most popular choice for captain this week by the viewers? Not by me.
Which
the
player?
5th most popular choice by the side poll part. Send your answer right now to those people that Warnie just mentioned for your chance to win a $60 voucher. You could wear a shirt like this. Or a cool, not that hat, a cool hat like Dom's.
That is a nice shirt.
That's a nice shirt.
Right, who is it?
Calvin. The correct answer destroyed?
Dean
Cox. Dean Cox.
Dean Cox. And people, that person is... Congratulations to... Hang on, I've got a lot of tweets there. Let me scroll down a bit. Benji DT is the first one. He has got all of those people tweeted in there, and he has said Dean Cox. So congratulations.
Great work, bro. Quick fingers.
Great work. Very good. I hope that hasn't changed in the last... Didn't change in the last...
No, that's why I did it, Dom. He's got to beat him. There's no chance that Cox is going to beat Selwood at all. No, it's definitely right.
All good.
We'll just refresh that, Roy, just so it's 100% correct.
Live DT talk action.
Go down a bit. No, go up a bit. Oh,
you'll have to give the results.
Oh. Anyway, I reckon this guy, his name was Ben, was it, Dom?
Benji, Ben,
what you need to do, mate, and I'm pretty sure we'll just confirm that you are the winner. Yes, easily. So, mate, you got to follow DT Talk.
Hit him follow. Now give us a direct message and with your email address.
Yep, and we'll sort you out from there, mate. So well done, good win. It's a Simon Goodwin, Roy.
It is a Simon Goodwin.
If you've got some questions for us, send us some tweets. We will do those just after we click this button and come back from the other side of it.
Rocks in the treetop all the day long, hopping and a popping and a singing his song. All the little birds.
All right, here we are. We are away with our tweets. Calvin, get us started.
I got here from Lachlan McCann. I don't know how to say that. Go, Loggy. I think that's how you say it. Loggy. There. Anyway, mate. If he only has 2 trades left, Roy, should he dump Waters or hold?
If it means saving a 0, I don't do it. Otherwise, if you can cover it, even if it's with, Sam Shaw, I would not trade.
Yep, he says his team is complete with Giles is no exception. So, mate, if you're sitting pretty, depending on how you're looking as far as your league or your ranking go, if you're trying to cover yourself a 0, risk it, do it, run the gauntlet. The guy who won Supercoach last year, at this stage, had 0 trades.
Right.
Wow, that's true.
Can I? This is a comment. only because he's had me in the conversation. I think he's had all of us on there. This guy said, I jumped on Cox purely for financial reasons. We probably should see what he was talking about first, but that's funny. Sounds like an old friend.
Got him, yeah.
All right. Questions. What have we got here? Boys, advice, please. Who to play, Sam Shaw or Darley to fill Goddard's spot?
Who said that?
Oh, did I?
No, because I was
There you
Hawker. Yeah, Hawker asked the same question.
Yeah, so Darley or Shaw. Well, Shaw had an awesome game last week. Huge game. But go back and have a look at the 2 days before that. And then go, no, I'm going to just go on Darley because...
Darley gets 60. And that's no word of a lie. If you look at his numbers, I think he's never got over 60.
That's
he's
right.
just a consistent 60. What do you reckon? Shaw is capable of probably a bit more, an 80, but a 20.
Yeah.
You got to go safe. You said you're a safe player.
I'm a safe player, so I'll go Darley.
Darley.
Yeah.
I think I'll go Darley.
I don't know. That's the problem with sort of Sam Shaw. He might have a bit of a key role to play, and that
You
could
never
happen.
know. One thing I did like, he's no back pocket.
Yeah, which
It's
is
not like centre half back.
But he was named centre half back, and that's where he got his big
Right,
stuff.
well, don't forget that.
Just a couple here for you, and I'd be interested to hear what you guys think after this. Chris Wiki has written in and said, what about Gary Ablett as your captain with the push-up king sidelined, of course now with Jackson? A guy replied to him and said he's going Thompson for the first time ever and not picking Gaz. He wants 200 off Thompson. Do these guys, okay, I'm a nervous player. I do get a little bit edgy.
You do.
Is it really a big reshuffle that we're calling for here because of all these changes? Or do we stick with what we know? Or do I really need to go back to the drawing board, Roy?
No, I don't think you need to go back to the drawing board. I can see the panic around Swan. Rumours has that he's left the track, clutching his hip.
Yep.
Hip soreness. Maxi sounded less than convincing.
He didn't sell it. He didn't sell it.
That is the only person I would be reconsidering. To tell you the truth about Ablett, I couldn't give a stuff about Jackson or whoever else is playing. He will have 120 versus him.
Yeah, but even in these last couple of weeks, Ablett has just been killing it. It's like 102, 104 the last 2 weeks.
He'll probably have 105.
Yeah, but he does this. He goes like this, and then he just goes bang, 180,
Yeah, he
and
does.
then everyone's back on the train again. And then he
Yeah,
drops.
I don't think captain needs to reshuffle much. If I was captain, I would look at Swanee and consider a tweak there. That is it.
But that's my number
He
one
was still
spot.
in my top 5. I'd probably just put him down to 5 and bump
So
him
who
up.
would you go as captain right now
Boyd.
for safety?
Yeah.
Dog?
Yeah, I'm liking Boyd as well.
Yeah,
He's got no advice at the moment.
I agree. So Boyd was sitting in my number 2 spot. So we're saying
But I don't have Thompson.
no.
He would be in calculations though.
He definitely needs to crack the top 5 though now.
Yeah, definitely.
He needs to crack top 5. I might even kick Swanee right out.
Out of it altogether.
Yeah.
Oh, that pirate will get a lot of hate mail for
He
that.
would.
I'll just say Royce then. But
Yeah.
look, as we said,
Alright.
from the information that we've got, he left the track sore, holding his hip. Maxi didn't sell it. He plays his worst team.
He can't be number 1 with that.
No, he can't do.
I don't believe
tune
the
in.
firing that to start with.
Well, he had
Yeah,
90
I'll
and
do
3/4.
I'm joking.
Dickhead.
Alright, quick question here from Nathan. He's got 5 trades left. Should I trade Ryder to Cox? I think you should. You
Sort
should
of
trade Ryder to Cox, mainly because he is going to be out for those weeks. We'd like some more concrete information for that. But yeah, so wait for that tomorrow. Hopefully there will be some news. But the thing that really gives it away for me that Tim Watson actually setting on SEN this morning.
Right.
And so you think Tim Watson would be someone
He should
in
be in
enough
trouble
of
for
a
it. Surely.
Tim? Yeah, he's just a journo though these days.
How did he find out? His son.
Job said over there, bloody roast last night.
Sorry, big apology. A few errors in my stats here. Well, Thompson has played the Giants this year in round 4. According to me, I didn't find that, and he scored 109.
Oh, yeah.
So it'd be interesting to go back and look at round 4 and whether he did get a tag from J-Mac.
Yeah. Don't know.
So
Okay, remember that.
I'll let you know.
Well, I would be putting him captain, I think.
Yeah, I'll get back to you. I reckon, yeah, I'm with you. Nearly. I might need to redo that whole bloody article.
Yeah.
When? Can you guys shout me the day after tomorrow? I'm just
All right, probably 2 more questions and we'll go, mate.
Yep, definitely. We've been here for
All right, this is an interesting one. This is Adam Boyce. He's asking about Sylvia and Goods, whether they're good long-term picks.
Mm-hmm.
Goodsy,
Goods, yes.
I reckon he's, you'll be happy with him for the rest of the season. There is always that talk about how well he finishes. He is coming off that injury. He has got a tough run, so I wouldn't expect as good as he did last week, which was awesome. But I reckon he's a good long-term pick. Sylvia, okay, numbers don't lie. He has gone really well in the last few weeks. I would not touch him.
How many times has he done that to us? I think I've purchased him probably 2 or 3 times at about this time of year.
Yep.
And I've been first in these last few weeks.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
Good question here from Bradley. To trade in Watson, Stanton or Boyd. So at the moment, Watson, Stanton or Boyd, Watson is in ridiculous form. He's a great player.
Yeah.
Bombers had an average game last week and numbers as well for both Watson and Stanton. I think Stanton, let's cross him out of the equation.
He's been cold since I got him.
Yeah.
Yes.
They've had both good games against Port.
Yeah, but this is my worry though with Watson. Because he's an inside player, inside midfield player, without Paddy Ryder, who has been in awesome rucking form and actually getting him the ball, is that going to hurt him a little bit?
It will. Definitely will.
So I think Boyd, again, would be where I would say is a safe option.
Definitely
a great safe option.
He's gone back-to-back 130s.
Boyd, yeah.
So it's
not just safe. It is, definitely. Any other questions?
I've got one more here, and I think it's a very relevant question. Is it worth trading Sexton, so let's just ignore Sexton, to Couch this week as a forward emergency, or save until Couch is on the bubble? So I think the question is, this is from Jordan Dwyer, do we get in Couch this week, or do we wait till he's on the bubble?
If it's only as an emergency, I'd wait.
You wait.
But if it's to save a donut and you can afford the trades,
I'd
maybe do it.
My opinion with Couch there is that they're playing him now, their season's shot. He'll be there for the rest of the season as long as he doesn't really stuff up.
Yeah.
Unless he's not really, really, really awful. Which some people think that he is no good at all, so that could happen.
The thing is, he will be best affected this week too, probably.
Yep.
But, if it was to save a donut to help yourself sleep on Friday night, I'd do it.
Yeah.
Get yourself an extra 20 points.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Good luck this weekend.
Yeah.
4 weeks to go until the final, so make sure you're getting those wins. And remember, this year, you're going to need a few more wins than what you normally would because it's a final 8 out of 18 teams. So it's not just going to be sort of that half or half plus 1 to win it. Destroy it. Nice tiger. Is that what that is?
No. It's a long-headed eagle. It's a early top. Get with the friggin' times.
Yeah.
Alright, cool guy.